Guys, Exoticc here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a Valorant thumbnail in Photoshop. Let's get right into the video. So first what you want to do is you want to open Photoshop, then you want to go to File, New, then you'll want to set the width to 1280, make sure it's set to pixels, height 720, make sure it's set to pixels, resolution 72, make sure it's set to pixels and inch, color mode RGB, 8-bit, background contents, transparency, color profile and pixel, and then click OK, OK again. Then this will be the size of the thumbnail. I'll have a asset pack down below with some GFX. So open that pack. And once that pack is opened, it'll open in a new tab above. You'll want to close both of these. This pack is not made by me, by the way. The owner's link will be down below in the description. You'll have Valorant logo, assets, wallpaper, renders, weapon, and extras. For this video, we're just going to use the wallpapers in here. So find a wallpaper that you like. I kind of like this one. Click it, and then go to the top left. Click this little mouse looking icon. Click and hold, and then drag into here. Once you've done that, you'll be in here. The image might look too big, so what you'll want to do is, first of all, you want to rasterize layer by right clicking on the layer to the right. You'll want to make sure you've selected the wallpaper. Hold Control and hit T, and then it should look like this. Now you want to just drag until it's really small and then put it in the corner. Pull it down, pull it to the right, make sure it fits perfectly. Click the arrow at the left, click apply, then it'll look like this. Now you want to make sure it's still selected. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Set whatever blur you want. I'm going to use 5.0 because that's what I always use. And click OK. And now you may notice for some reason it's sort of transparent on the edges. If that happens, hold Control and hit T again. Make sure it's selected. And just make it a little bit bigger than what it was before. Just so you don't see that. The arrow at the left, apply, and as you can see, it's gone. So now it looks nice. Now we're going to deselect it, and then we're going to go into File, and then we're going to go back into the Valorant pack, except we're going to go into the GFX assets. I'm going to use GFX asset 9, which is like a border. I'm going to drag it in. And we do the same thing that we did with the background. Control T, make sure it fits. The arrow at the left, apply, as you can see, perfectly fits. Go back into the file, and I'm going to use GFX Assets 14. I'm going to drag it back in. Do the same thing I did with the wallpaper and border. Put it to the corners. Make sure it perfectly fits. Arrow at the left, apply. And I'm just going to hold under the new GFX, drag it underneath the border, and it's inside of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the text. So I'm going to click the text. I'm going to click, which should create a new text layer. I'm going to name it how to make Valorant can't see that. The Valorant thumbnail. Now this is obviously way too big, so we're gonna have to make it smaller. Let's just make it 50 for now, just so that I can change a few things with it. So I'm just gonna, accidentally created a new layer by accident. Yeah, if that happens, just make sure you're hovering over it, then click the text, and then you should be alright. So I'm gonna do this because this is what I originally wanted to do. And then I'm just gonna make it bigger again. 100. Maybe a little bigger. 200 might be a little too big. Oh. 150 maybe. We'll see. Okay, it's a little too big. Now sometimes if it's too big, you can do Control T and you can bring it in like this, which sometimes works, sometimes it looks alright. It doesn't look too bad. Click the arrow to the left, and there we go. Now we're going to right click the text layer, go to blending options, then we're going to go to stroke. I'm going to set it as white. Click OK. I'm going to set it as 8. Now, yes, it looks rubbish, but we're going to click OK. And then we're going to make sure we still have it selected. Now, yes, you cannot obviously read it, but that's because I'm going to change the Valorant thumbnail to a red color. Then I'm going to change the how to make to a black. So now we can actually read the text. Now, obviously there's no space in the text, so we'll put a space because that does not look good. And we're just going to drag it back in, apply, and then this is what it looks like. Now, if the text does look a little bit awkward, just move it over a bit. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now, what we can do to make this thumbnail look way better than this is we can actually go back into the GFX pack, and we can go to renders this time, which will have the different Valorant agents. So we're going to use Jet for this video. We're going to use this one, and we're just going to drag her in. Now, she's too big, so we're going to have to minimize her too. So Control T. Yep, she's way too big, and especially because she has transparent. Then we try to get the perfect size for her. Now, if it looks like what it does for Jet, where you can barely see the text, you can move the layers about. So let's just put Jet in this corner for now, and we'll place, right? Then we can put text above it, which puts Jet in the background. So we do have room to move her. Now we can make the text a little smaller, and we can also make Jet a little bigger if we want. Place. Text still looks a little bit in the way. If it is, lower the text. And what I might do, because this is a little annoying, is I'm just gonna remove it. Oh, it's a smart object. Rasterize layer. Okay, that's her little knife out of the way. So now it actually seems a little bit decent. So we're just going to move the text into a good position. See if we can find a good position for it. We're going to move her up too. Not too much though. See if we can find a good position. So, and we're going to also make her a little bit more wide because it doesn't look right. Apply. Okay, so this is the thumbnail. You can either remove Jet to where it looks like this, or you can keep her now. I personally think that it looks so much better without Jet, but if you want to have renders, you can do that. So I'm just going to delete the layer because I'm not going to use Jet. But yeah, this is how I make my thumbnails. So then you want to go to File, Save As, Desktop, or save it wherever you want. Make sure you select Format. Make sure you select PNG or JPEG, and then we're just going to name it How to Make Valorant TN. I'm going to click Save. Then I'm going to click OK. We're going to let it save. And now it's ready for uploading to YouTube. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.